Oxygen, a scary story from beyond the stars. For best effect, read aloud in a quiet room with the lights out. Callahan was the only one awake when the warning started. A soft ping echoed through the corridor. The red glow of the terminal lit up his tired face. Echo 5 module. Air cycling unit 3. Manual override engaged. Oxygen levels decreasing. Not again, he muttered wearily, his voice barely above a whisper. His hand moved to flick the reset toggle, and the system responded with a groan and a hiss like a creature disturbed from its slumber. The warning disappeared, but only for a fleeting moment. Astra IV was an aging vessel, having spent 27 long years in deep orbit. It was a patchwork quilt of recycled Earth modules and failed Martian prototypes. Each creak and glitch a testament to its history, particularly in Echo 5, where the metal walls seemed to sigh with age. Callahan massaged his eyes, the fatigue of another sleepless night dragging on him. The regenerated air felt thin, like breathing through gauze. He swallowed hard, convincing himself it was all in his imagination. However, he knew it wasn't. Manual override. Engaged. Oxygen levels decreasing. This time, Callahan didn't touch the controls. He simply watched a growing unease settle in his stomach. The override light blinked on slowly and deliberately, as if an unseen hand had flipped the switch, as if someone or something was there. He opened the diagnostics, his fingers moving swiftly over the keys. The override signal traced back to Cryostat 2. A chill ran down his spine. 5 crew members slept there, in a state of suspended animation. One pod B6 had been permanently sealed following a contamination alert during the last rotation. The records indicated contamination, yet Callahan had been present. He'd noticed the frost creeping down the glass, and the way the sealed pod trembled in its berth, as if something within wanted to escape. They had welded it shut, painted warning glyphs in red across the hatch, and attempted to forget it existed. Callahan activated the internal cams. Most feeds were static, the fault of Node Delta's unreliable wiring. But one feed came through clearly, the cryo corridor. It was dimly lit, eerily, still, empty, or almost empty. Something shifted, a fleeting flicker, a blurred motion, a smudge of shadow against the sterile backdrop. Silence reigned, no discernible motion. Yet another ping echoed ominously in the air. Oxygen levels: 83%, 82%, 81%. His chest squeezed, as if the numbers were pressing directly against his lungs. The vessel's life support systems hummed around him. Yet behind the mechanical hum came something gentler, almost like breathing. But it was not his. He opened the comms, hoping for a connection. Only static greeted him, but beneath it was there a whisper, a distant voice. He cut it off abruptly. And then he heard a sound that defied reason, soft, almost gentle, the unmistakable rhythm of footsteps in zero gravity. Callahan turned. Cryo hatch 2 was open. He was sure it had been sealed. Floating just inside, a figure, man-shaped, suitless, silent. It looked like him. It didn't blink. It didn't breathe. It smiled. The sight hollowed him out. The figure slid closer, not kicking or pushing, but gliding, as if the ship itself was carrying it forward. Its eyes, glazed over, reflected the corridor's fading red lights. Deep down, he felt as if he were looking into a twisted mirror, but something was not right. He could feel it in the pit of his stomach. Callahan lunged for the panel. Emergency override. Nothing. The lights flickered, then dimmed. He looked at the oxygen readout. 61%, 59%, 56%. Then came a voice behind him, his own voice. Breathe slow. It whispered, save some for me. Stay tuned, ghouls and goblins. And let me ask you something before you slip back into the comfort of your room. Did Callahan's echoing footsteps make you listen a little too closely to your own hallway? Did you notice how quiet your